Ove gets dressed and prepares to kill himself. He looked at the picture of his wife. Ove closed his glasses gently. Outside the window, someone drove up in a car. Ove undid the noose around his neck. Ove got out and stopped the car. Told the new neighbor that he couldn't drive here. Men are not good at backing out. The car crashed into the mailbox. Ove had to help him back out. The car got into the parking space exactly. Ove returned to his room. He got up on a stool and continued to kill himself. Outside the window, a lot of neighbors were gathered. Two children were looking at Ove. Ove had no choice but to put away the rope. Ove came to see his wife. She died 6 months ago. Ove was laid off. He had no ties to her now. Ove told his wife to wait for him. He'd be with her soon. Ove closed the curtains. He tried to kill himself again. Ove had just closed his eyes when the doorbell rang. Ove angrily untied the rope. She opened the door. It was the children from the neighborhood. The neighbors had come to bring Ove to give him something to eat. He thanked him for his help yesterday. The neighbor borrows a ladder from Ove. Ove gives the ladder to the neighbor. Ove's suicide didn't work again. Ove fell to the ground while trying to kill himself. The rope broke. Ove complained about the poor quality of the rope sold by the shopkeeper. Ove came to see his wife. He said his plan hadn't worked. Next time, he'll do it differently. Ove saw a neighbor chasing away a stray cat. Ove scolded the neighbor. Ove took out food for the stray cat. The cat disappeared. Ove went to the neighbor to borrow a pipe. The neighbor asked Ove to repair the heating. The neighbor's husband was paralyzed. Ove shared his suicide plan with her. The neighbor brought Ove the hose. Ove was about to leave. The neighbor's husband held the hose. Ove went to his garage. He connected the hose to the exhaust pipe of his car. Ove started the car. Suddenly there was a knock on the garage door. Ove opened the garage. The neighbor wanted Ove to drive him to the hospital. Ove agreed. Ove was responsible for the neighbor's two children. The two children were amused by Ove's story. When they went back, the two children hugged Ove. Ove arrived at the train station. He's going to jump off the train and kill himself. The train is coming. A man fell off the platform next to him. Everyone around him is indifferent. Ove jumped off the platform and rescued the man. Ove stood in the middle of the tracks himself. Suddenly, Ove seemed to hear his father shouting. Ove jumped onto the platform. When he got home, Ove found a stray cat on his doorstep. Because the neighbor was allergic to cats, Ove had to adopt the stray cat. Ove went to the cemetery to see his wife. Ove said he couldn't die yet because there was another cat to take care of. The cat sleeps next to Ove at night. Ove took out a shotgun from the storage room. He took off his suit. He looked at the cat on the bed, turned up the radio. He sealed the dining room with plastic. Ove loaded the gun. Ove didn't know where to point the barrel. The sudden ring of the doorbell interrupted Ove's suicide plan. Two college students were at the door. In the morning, Ove woke up to the sound of the kitchen. The college students made breakfast for Ove. The lonely Ove had another person to keep him company. Soon after, the neighbors found out that Ove had died. Ove had died of natural causes, not suicide. The neighbors came to Ove's funeral.